This is the chapel. Oh, there's a note at our feet. Another of John's notes. Glad to see he made it this far. Yeah, doesn't really bode well for you though, because he made this far and he knows more shit than you do. What chance do you have? Was he dissecting the rune? Day 4, 3 p.m. I remain in the basement, poring over the contents of Edgar's research, and I believe I have found the secret to his power. This rune, when tattooed to a human during a rather heinous ritual, grants the bearer immortality. However, the rune is not entirely what it appears to be. When rotated and separated into two parts, it becomes clear what this rune and ritual, that this rune and ritual are a pact with Lucifer. This is interesting. I've seen this rune all over the manor and on the parchment in the cellar library. This rune must be the mark John's previous note mentioned. Yes, he says that right there. But it's a combination of symbols. It's clear now. Edgar made a pact with Lucifer to gain immortality. Okay. Didn't know it was gonna go like that route. These are very disturbing revelations. Sure. I'm disturbed. Let's enter the main chamber. Become even more disturbed. Looks like one last note from John on the bottom right of the altar. There's Edgar's portrait and Eve's portrait right there. Let's investigate this note. You pick up the note from the altar. Day 4 continued. If anyone finds these notes, please take heed. This manor isn't a dwelling place for wronged spirits. It's a death trap. The cup must be filled with that which it grants. That is the definition of the rune. In order to grant life, it must be given life. So it's exactly what I was saying earlier about sapping life force. The rooms, the parties, the ghosts, all are devices to lure people here. And like the song says, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. I'm afraid none of us will make it out of here alive. That was an Eagles reference, right? I don't want to get it wrong. Oh, shit. People are really mean in the comments when I don't get references, so... They act like I haven't lived. We were toyed with the entire time. We were only to serve for his and her amusement as they relish our terror. I cannot begin to fathom the extent of their crimes. All those innocent people killed. All of them dropped down the trapdoors, dragged to the morgue, and burned. This manor is pure evil. And all this for what? Their lives were not extended past normal years. It can only be for their insatiable lust for murder. I can hear them scuttling towards me, cackling and taunting, building my fear to the point of madness. The rune hungers and must be fed. They are here, and now it is my time. I pray I'm the last victim of Blood Manor. Yeah, you're not. John didn't make it. He was being played with the entire time. Wow, way to belittle him. Edgar and Eve were in complete control, extending their murder spree to include the entire team. This goes far beyond anything corporate described. You think? I was not prepared for this. Way to realize it now when you're in the bowels of their fucking trap. Well, good. What? I'm where you want me, Eve, so knock it off. This room's gonna fill up with blood. That book on the altar. Do you mind? That book on the altar. I must confirm my suspicions and then get the hell out of here. Or you could just leave. You don't need to confirm shit. We already know what's happening. Sure, let's take one last look at the book. If I'm correct, that book is the Tome of Immortalis containing the rune ritual. Looks like it sure is. Okay, bye. This is it, the actual original tome. What, are you gonna take it for yourself? The Ritual Immortalis. You skim through the pages describing the application of the Immortalis rune. Atherton performed this ritual on himself. John was incorrect though, it wasn't a tattoo. The rune was carved into his flesh by the Eternum dagger. He did achieve immortality, not in flesh, but in spirit. as well as dominion over the dead, over those he kills, via a pact with Lucifer. His immortality comes at the cost of hundreds of lives. He would kill his guests with the dagger, feeding his ruin in the process. Then drag their bodies down here to dispose of them. The cup must be filled with that which it grants. That came from Edgar's portrait. Apparently he's super proud of it. You pleased with yourself? Okay, Edgar, I'm here.
I am pleased you made it this far.
Good. Good.
So
Glad.
that you may know of my many trials. And that you brought my dagger back to me. But as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end.
Gotta get out of here.
Let me take this opportunity to introduce you to my wife. Although I'm certain you two already know it.
What are you doing?
Your soul is ours.
What? I should have moved. Fuck. I was sitting there, I was like, should I move? I should move. It sounds like she's coming from the right. Damn it. Ah, gotcha. Heh. You return to the chapel. What? Okay. I only have moments before Eve returns. I need to figure out a way to dispel her. This would be a good way. Perform the banishment ritual. I'll put a protective circle of salt on the floor first. Don't I have to cleanse the vessel or some shit? Now, a pentagram of sage in the center. Whoa, shit! It's the same thing. Your regular tricks don't work. What? Eve is going to attack again? There you go. Got her. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, good. Return to the chapel. Okay, listen. We need a plan B. I don't have time to get protection circle made, so I'll have to try something else. There are definitely 4 power sources here. I need to remove them from the equation. So we got the painting, the tablet. Let's approach her painting. Maybe if we just like stab it with the dagger. Eve haunts this portrait, so I'll have to banish her from the vessel. Yeah. Ooh. Use salt and sage on the painting. Should purge the energy from this vessel, forcing Eve to find another vessel. You take a handful of salt from your backpack and apply it to the top of the frame. You take a handful of burnt sage from your backpack and draw a pentagram on the painting. Wait, did that work? She did leave. It worked. Okay, good. Good. That should keep Eve away for a while, unless I screw something up. Okay. So I guess we gotta do something to Edgar first, and then the tablet. Well, it says there are 4 power sources. Should I use... I guess the same thing? Wait, that's not right. What? Wait. What? So if you get it wrong, the game's just like, yeah, you're dead now. It doesn't matter that you like sent her packing. Fucking whatever. Okay, so do I have to confront the spirit or stab it? Let's confront him. I am speaking directly to the spirit of Edgar Atherton. He says all this dumb shit. Cool. And yeah, exorcise him from the painting. Okay, that worked, I guess. Edgar's spirit is now exorcised from the painting. I'm confused why the Salt and Sage wouldn't work on him if it worked on Eve. I guess I don't have any left, but then why is it an option, you know? So I got the tablet, right? He said there were 4 power sources. Where's the 4th one? Let's approach the tablet. I'm guessing I stabbed this with the dagger or something. It's the one remaining. Well, wait, there's the book, too. Stab the tablet? That seems bad. That doesn't seem right. You thrust the dagger into the tablet. Surprisingly, it penetrates the stone with little effort. That's what I was like. I was like, this thing isn't gonna do anything to the stone. Oh. The dagger destroyed the tablet. What? Better take the dagger so it can't be used against me. Sure. So now what? Are we good? We good down here? Is that? Do we have to run out of the manor now? We gotta approach the book. I don't know what we gotta do to the book, but something. This book is the remaining source of energy within the room. I've got to banish it before Atherton regains his strength. Recite the banishment spell. Alright, there's some Latin stuff. Cool. For some reason, spirits only respect Latin. Use Salt and Sage on the book. Okay. Stab the book. Did it work? Did it work? The book's on fire, so I guess so. What? You were thrown across the room. What's so funny? I got a flashlight, dude. What? Whoa!
Now you shall deal with me directly, and all the powers of hell at my disposal.
What? All right. Well, this sucks. I've run out of ideas. I'd rather than prowls these halls, huh? Shit. There he is. We get him? Get him. That's what I thought. Okay. The dagger hasn't destroyed the book yet, so he'll be back soon. What? What am I doing? Get him. Okay. I got him twice. Edgar has returned. Am I doing this wrong? Do I just need to avoid him? So that's time number 3. Am I not doing this right? I guess I must not be. Yeah, I guess I... Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm confused. Like, Edgar is defeated. Oh, so I just had to do it 4 times. Good thing. I was sitting there like, what do I do? Achievement unlocked. If that thing had 9 lives, he just spent them all. The Tome of Immortalis is destroyed. I'll take the Eternum Dagger with me and put it somewhere far away from here. Cool. You take the dagger and put it into your backpack. Okay, time to head back upstairs. Yes, please. I got 2 achievements, Junior Investigator and Paranormal Investigator. I guess because I beat the game on normal? But I haven't beat the game yet. With Edgar gone, the energies keeping the main manor doors closed will have dissipated. Okay. I'll call a cab and get back home. Then first thing tomorrow, I'm resigning from Wallace Paranormal Investigations. Why? You did great. You won. You destroyed these evildoers. The manor certainly feels different. It feels clean. Yeah. Well, we took a... Huh, there's a large book on the dining room table. That book wasn't there when I first came into this room. What? Looks like some kind of ledger. Oh, starting date is December 30th, 1925. These expenses cover Edgar's purchases after Mary and Eve's deaths. Man, this guy threw some pretty extravagant parties. He also paid off the local authorities. These last 2 entries. It's not possible. The second to last entry. My name? A check for $250,000 payable to Wallace Paranormal Foundation. Oh, August 28th, 1984. Oh, they got paid off to send 4 people to their deaths. And the last entry, a check for $1 million payable to Wallace Paranormal Investigations. What a twist. That's today's date. They sent you to your death, dude. Or what they thought would be your death. I have to get out of here now. How? Is it Tasha? Who the fuck? Who is it? Achievement unlocked. There are no happy endings here. What? Oh, that's the game. It's cool. I mean, it's a classic ghost story, you know? And of course it ends like that. You think that you're good, it's time to escape, and actually you can never leave. You were dead as soon as you walked in the door. So yeah, that was actually really cool. I actually really enjoyed it. Curse. I think they should make more of these games. You know what they should do? Like, this works best for ghost stories, I think, but you can use this model of like on-rails horror, moving around, exploring a house, discovering notes, unraveling a story, piecing it together, having jump scares along the way. You could do that with a lot of different things. Like, you could do that with vampires, zombies if you want to, werewolves would be cool. You could have chase sequences instead of like flashlight, Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. I mean, you could do this with a lot of different themes, honestly. Serial killer, like sort of a Friday the 13th, Halloween type of thing would be cool. I think it'd be cool to have different, or you could just do different ghost stories with different families, different stories, basically. I would play that. I'd play more of these. I think it was cool. And, I mean, it played like a horror fun house. Yeah, it was fun, you know? I didn't find it overly scary, but I did find it creepy, so I think it succeeded there. And more than that, it was just fun. It was fun piecing together the story because it was well written, actually had some effort put into it. And like the jump scares, you know, like there was a lot of jump scares, but it paid off the atmosphere in my opinion, so I think they were done correctly for the most part. And it just kind of added to the fun. It was a fun game. Now, let me address something that I've seen in the comments. Some people, for whatever reason, I've been comparing this, my reaction to this to my reaction to Layers of Fear. And they're saying things like, John, why do you like this game, but you hated Layers of Fear? Okay, so first of all, I didn't hate Layers of Fear. Okay. On like a 1 to 10, I'd give Layers of Fear like a 6 or something like that. I've already griped enough about Layers of Fear in that playthrough. The difference between Layers of Fear and this, because I did say the same thing that I said about this game as a positive, I said about Layers of Fear as a negative. I said it felt like, you know, a horror funhouse. The reason why it works here and it doesn't in Layers of Fear is because this game owns up to the fact that it is a horror funhouse. Like, there's humor in the writing, and they're like, hey, you know what? This is kind of a funhouse game. Let's just put it on rails. Let's just get it over with. The game's on rails. And they did that. And, you know, when you start the game, there's a Ghostbusters ringtone. There's a Five Nights at Freddy's joke. The protagonist makes sarcastic remarks throughout. I mean, it's tongue-in-cheek. It's campy. It fits the feel of what a funhouse horror game is supposed to be. Layers of Fear is too busy smelling its own farts and making all the paintings in the house melt to do any of that stuff. It's not fun. So, you know, when I say that Layers of Fear is a horror funhouse and it's a bad thing, and then I say it about Curse that it's a good thing, you know, it's because it doesn't fit in Layers of Fear. Layers of Fear takes itself way too seriously. This one doesn't. It's just like, you know, it's got a different feel to it. It's kind of cheesy in some spots. It's kind of campy. It's kind of like B-movie in some places. Whereas, you know, yeah, I've already said my piece on Layers of Fear. But anyway, so yeah, that's the difference between them. And also, there aren't like a fuck ton of people going around saying that Curse is the scariest game in years like there is with Layers of Fear. So, but, you know, this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree with it. Don't let me stop you from liking Layers of Fear or anything. Like I said, I don't hate it. I actually like that game. But I think for what it is, this game does a better job of being that type of game. So, I'm not sure I would say this is better than Layers of Fear. Because like the word better is so broad. But I do think it's better for what it is, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I just wanted to address that because I spotted it in the comments several times. And just wanted to address the perceived double standard there. Anyway, but yeah, not bad for like a, you know, game that just kind of popped out on Steam and nobody was really talking about and just kind of appeared. I liked it. It was fun. And I enjoyed the story. I liked reading the notes. I think you might have noticed, like, at first when I was reading the notes, I was kind of skimming them a little bit, jumping around. But then after like 20 minutes of playing, I really settled into the notes and started really reading them and getting into it. And, you know, I'm not going to say the writing's the best or anything. There were some typos and stuff, and there were some things that I was like, that could be cleaned up. But for the most part, it was really good. Above average. So, yeah. that's what I have to say about Curse. I kind of wish that there was more of a gameplay aspect to it, and that it wasn't quite so linear, but I understand that it kind of plays upon the strengths of its linearity, and that it uses it to like make the game feel more cinematic, and like it sets up these, ooh, sorry microphone, bumped it. It sets up these like cool moments where like you're looking straight at the scary thing that's happening at just the right angle with just the right timing with the lightning and everything. That's hard to pull off in a fully 3D game where the player just goes around and does whatever they want. You know, they look where they want to look. If they want to look in a corner the whole time, they will, and they'll miss everything happening behind them. You don't have that problem with this game because you're more in control over, you know, where the camera's facing and everything. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about Curse. Enjoyed it. Fun little hidden gem on Steam, I think. I think $15 is a little steep. Just a little bit. $10 might be a little more in line with what you get out of it. I believe this took me about 4 hours to go through. But it is on normal, and it is worth noting that there are harder difficulties. There's hard and nightmare, I believe. So I'm not sure how much more difficult the game gets on those difficulties or how much more added content there is, but it might be worth looking into if you really liked what you saw here and you want to check it out. Maybe challenge yourself a little bit more than I did. Okay, we good here? I can't tell if something's gonna happen or not. Nothing's really responding. Like, anything that I click, nothing really happens. It's fading out. Main menu? Huh? We there? What? Post credits? Achievement unlocked. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never ... I guess the achievement name is too long for me to read. And the game closed itself. All right. So yeah, that was Curse. Cool. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the game. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Think critically.